talk to you about being stubborn. Sorry. Every time I say that, and every time I have to admit to the fact that I've been a bit of a stubborn asshead, I start laughing in inordinate amount. Recently, I've seen people going through things, and I always want to counsel people, take good care of yourself. See a doctor if anything goes wrong. See a doctor if you feel funky, because that's generally a first sign. Of course, it can also happen when you're beginning a new course of medication, especially AEDs, anti-epilepsy drugs, because they can be so rough on you, especially since they are basically changing your brain and going into your muscles and into your nervous system, which, yeah, it's a struggle. And I've been on everything from the good old-fashioned medications such as phenobarbital, all the way through to a newer medication, which I'm on right now, which is a pain in the tuchus with the pharmacy and the insurance company, but I'm just so glad it's here. Although, seriously, ours not to reason why. And I've had the multitude of symptoms as a result of anti-seizure drugs. And I've also just in general always been a very stubborn human being. And I have to come back and I have to admit that I have not been taking my own advice. In fact, I have been kind of a jerk to myself, a complete asshead, as I said. A month ago, I fell and I managed to bruise myself from my lower back all the way down to my thighs. I was a very lovely shade of blacky, bluey, greeny, reddy purple. It's a lovely, lovely sight, especially, and I have, well, I glow in the dark, so when I get bruised, I become very colorful. I'm a translucent person. So anyway, I'm thinking, okay, once the bruise goes away, I'll be just fine. Doo-doo-doo. Turns out that I have issues with my connective tissues and with other things, as well as already having scoliosis. My back does a letter S. And I already tilt to one side. Unfortunately, I popped the soft tissue around my hip joint out on the side that I leaned towards. So I am limping at the moment, but I'm a lot faster than I was, and I'm on medication to help knock down the swelling from that, and cursing myself for being a stubborn asshat. Of course, this being the season of Lent, when people are supposed to be giving up certain things and trying to, at least just for the season, and I hope this carries on, to give up some terrible things, or even just things that they love maybe too much. Some people give up caffeine. Sorry, I'm just having trouble imagining giving up caffeine, and my head has helpfully decided to play Uncle Screwtape's greatest hits. Uncle Screwtape, the demon in the Screwtape letters, who counsels his nephew Wormwood through a series of letters on how to tempt human beings, has picked up the bongo drums. So, it's like having a demonic Desi Arnaz in there. At least he doesn't laugh in such a way that it sounds like a seal being interfered with. So anyway, I can only counsel on one thing. Don't be like me. If you feel something's wrong, take care of yourself. If you fall, please make sure that you call someone if you have trouble getting up or if you just feel a little bit wonky. If there's any problems, please see a doctor. ER immediately. Don't wait around. Don't be stubborn. I've done this a couple times. I have a pelvic deformity. And years ago, I managed to snap the bone, which was already messed up and a bit softer than it should be. And I walked on it because I was being stubborn and I tried to be a hero, which is not so great. So better safe than sorry, better actually making sure that everything's okay rather than holding onto a pillow, tilting to one side and performing what has to be the strangest walk this side of heaven. I'm hoping that I will soon feel better and get back to my workout pretty soon. It hurt too much yesterday to even begin. The day before I started a new course of medication, I tried because I thought, oh, I got to get my 5 miles and I got to do this, I got to do that. Just natural. Everyone is very tough on themselves, and I think part of it is because they don't want to be seen as selfish. Sometimes I think you gotta be, and this is hurting me to say it because I don't like it. This video will now exist as evidence of me saying sometimes you need to be a little bit selfish. Don't be a complete and total asshat to yourself. Give yourself the love that you would other people, and above all, if it hurts, take care of it before you need massive crap loads of medications and a new medication regimen, and before putting on your socks hurts. We're not going to talk about pajama pants because I think I actually, and trying to get downstairs when it's cold and windy out. Yeah, I actually cried and said a few rather inappropriate things. So anyway, in conclusion today, don't be like me. If you take any advice from me, and I'm really not helping myself here as a trustworthy human being, but if I can give you any advice, it's to love yourself enough to actually say when. And treat yourself. And all my love, all my best. Take good care of yourselves, and you're loved.